Hi everyone. Today I'll be paying tribute to someone who, from my early teens, taught me how to think critically, and that is George Carlin. George shaped comedy for years and years. I think there's no debate about that. But one thing he also did, in addition to his humor, was make you think about language and the words that we use. I never really thought much about language until I was turned on to George's albums, and I was just fascinated with how he was able to deconstruct and reinterpret language and how we use it. For example, consider the 7 words you can never say on TV. George taught me at age 13 that words weren't bad in and of themselves. It was the context that the word was used in that makes it good or bad. George also taught me a lot about euphemisms and euphemistic language. One of his famous routines is about a condition in the early 1900s in battle, in war, that was called shell shock. A few years went by and that condition was renamed to battle fatigue. It was a softer, friendlier sounding tone. A little bit more time goes by and it's then called operational exhaustion. A little softer, doesn't have the same sting as shell shock. It's a cleansed type of word. A little bit more time goes by, and now we're calling it post-traumatic stress disorder. It's the same thing, means the same thing as shell shock, it's just a softer, friendlier tone. And what George did was teach me that euphemisms can be used to soften tough concepts. Whether or not that's right or wrong, that's up for debate. George also, and this is one of the things that really, really impressed me about him, he was able to weave concepts into your mind that really made you think about what he was saying beyond just what you're listening to as you're listening to him. For example, one of his sayings that I just love and I've always loved is, don't just teach children to read, teach them to question what they read. In fact, teach them to question everything. And what he's saying is, we need to teach our children to think for themselves. Something that at age 15, age 16, I really picked up on, and might have made some people angry in my teens by questioning authority, but I wasn't really questioning the authority, I was questioning the reason behind it. And I learned that from George. And while I'd give anything to have George Carlin with us today to tell us what he thinks about the current state of affairs in the world, thankful that for 71 years George told it like it was and made me really think about the world around me in addition to the language and the words that I use. Have a good day, everybody.